Hello, everybody. This is Listening Lotus coming back to you with another reading. Thank you guys so much for all the support for the channel. I really do appreciate each and every one of you, okay? This is such a journey for me, and I just am loving it all, okay? Every bit of it. I'm not gonna hold y'all. Let's just see what's going on for, about to say January, February a little bit, and maybe see, just see collectively what is going on out there. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I'm pretty excited though, y'all. Okay, like springtime is upon us. I feel like it's already here, but that's just my personal opinion. If you would like to book any one-on-one personal readings, all of that is in my description. If you find any of these messages resonate for you. Okay, so off the bat, we are learning from the pain. Oh, y'all can see the little ring. That's fine. I'm just glad that y'all can actually read the cards with me because, it's been a little fuzzy lately. Learning from the pain. Pain is a catalyst for change. Allow it to lead you to deeper wisdom and growth. That's the growing theme of this reading, okay? Then again, I don't know. I could be wrong. Let's see. Let's see what else come out. Somebody really taking those lessons. And doing with it what you will. Let's see if there's anything else regarding learn from the pain. Collectively, I feel like that's a lot of what has been going on, where people are just like really taking into account how much they have been through, how far that they have grown, acknowledging their growth. You also have the honor the contract. Some lessons were written before you arrived. Facing them now completes the soul agreement. So, hey, closing out, okay? Completely. You learned the lesson, you learned from the pain or whatever, and regardless of how you may personally feel about the whole thing in itself or whatever, like, it wasn't meant for you to fully understand or know why it necessarily happened, whatever it was. But understanding that, hey, by you facing the pain, by you going through the process of really feeling that pain in depth so that you can grow, okay? Being prepared to stand out and really stand in your true power and not allowing any previous pain or stuff that you went through to, basically hinder your growth. And it says facing control issues. Okay, y'all? Face control issues. Excuse me. Trying to control others only limits your own freedom. Let go of the need for control and trust in the flow. So maybe that was part of the pain, okay? You realized you was getting in your own way. I don't know who I'm speaking to, but realizing you was getting in your own way, trying to control shit that ain't even had nothing to do with you. And a lot of times or whatever, on some real shit, y'all, like anytime you feel like you're trying to control another human being, even sometimes if it boils down to your kids, for my people who have kids, like trying to control certain narratives or whatever, like you are out of control if you trying to control another person. Simple as that. Because you can't make nobody do nothing, okay? From animals all the way down to yourself. Like, can't nobody make you do something that you don't want to do. So why would you expect that to be reciprocated on the opposite end, and then really expect somebody to rock with that? Like, if somebody told you to do something that you ain't really feeling, like, you wouldn't be trying to do it either, okay? Having a meeting of the minds is what this is looking like. And most importantly, this could be a little bit of somebody's shadow work going within, doing their own internal shadow work or whatever, and realizing where they had to, realize some stuff about themselves that they might have necessarily not have liked, and they had to learn from that pain and grow from it too, okay? But most importantly, at the end of the day, you showing up for yourself with the honor of the contract, okay? Really taking to heart, taking heed of the warnings, moving forward when it comes to really anything, okay? Really anything. Let's see if it's going to be anything else regarding this energy. Let's see if it's going to be anything else. Nope, that's cool with me. All right, so on behalf of this energy, let's go ahead and look at what are some things to be more mindful of at this time. What are some things to be mindful of at this time? Okay, gaining clarity. You have the clarity card. Affirmation at the top says, clarity is my birthright. Change me, divine beloved, into one who remembers in every moment my true self, love, light, and wisdom and divinity. Okay, understanding that you are every last one of those words that was on that card or whatever, and gaining clarity or whatever. Also goes to, let me put it down here, you learning from the pain. Okay, now you have a clear pathway as to how to move forward with not only just yourself, but maybe even others around you. Okay, you understood where you had things messed up, as well as asking questions or whatever to get down to the bottom as to why things were the way they were. But somebody, whoever I'm speaking to, like, this is really good, because whoever I'm speaking to, they ready to move forward with this honoring the contract. It's like you saw this through. You saw it all the way to the end. You went and saw everything that you needed to see. You gained the clarity about the situation, regardless of whatever the situation is. I don't know the specifics of that specifically. Okay. And you probably had to walk out on some people too, because the way he got his back turned. Now you fill in the blank as to who that is. Family, friends, a job. Okay. Let's see. I just want to see if there's any more. Oh, okay. Always falling on the floor. Like, ugh. Hold on, y'all. I mean, they just flew out. Okay. Next card we have is eternity. It says, a deeper union with you. Change me, divine beloved, into one who understands the true meaning of death. Okay, remove my fear of dying, my vision to the eternal. May all transitions lead into ever deepening union with you. So somebody really understanding that not only are you a part of the program, but you're understanding more of how your tiny speck in the universe is just as great as anybody else's. Okay, you really understanding having more of a deeper union with yourself and your conscious and subconscious or whatever, having that balance, that yin and yang, and being able to really stand on your own. Literally, this whole entire thing is about taking all that extra control that you may have been trying to put into other places, people, or scenarios or situations, and just pouring it back into yourself. And that's how you got all this. I mean, shit, you just radiant like a goddamn Energizer bunny. Like, this is ridiculous. How many batteries is that? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Let me know in the comments. The two cards that came out you have is the evolution card, and then you have playfulness. And I am so glad that playfulness came out, because all of this energy, let's just be honest for a second, okay? This shit is, or not shit, excuse me. This energy is coming off super serious. This is on some like Rambo, complete the mission, and now that the mission is complete, you like, okay, I can walk off into the sunset and on to the next mission. And it's like, slow down a little bit, like have a good balance between work hard, play harder. Okay, so you got the playfulness card. I feel adventurous is the what's the word, affirmation, if you choose to use them. Change me, divine beloved, into one who is wildly open to the new. Free me from rigid patterns that no longer serve, and let me feel adventurous and spontaneous, knowing that the more I open to life, the more it will open to me. And with that being said and done, okay, because even going back to this control issues or whatever, you trying to control too fucking much or whatever, whoever I'm speaking to, and you need to be a little bit more playful. Understanding that everything's gonna be okay. You worrying yourself into oblivion. You've learned from the lessons or whatever. Maybe you trying to be over controlling now that you have learned a lesson or whatever. Because that sometimes becomes a part of it, right? Where, okay, we don't want the same thing to happen again. So now we kind of like being too fixated on trying to be on we trying to be too fixated on preventative maintenance in a sense. And how crazy is that? Because now you just overworking yourself and using the energy not wisely, okay? And you have an abundance of it. It's like, go ahead and let this shit shine, okay? With that playfulness card. And the reason why I say that is because your next card was evolution. It says, I welcome change. Being open to the changes that come. And you can't be open to changes if you got control issues, okay? You gotta, and this is not necessarily somebody on the outside of you. I feel like whoever I'm speaking to, like, you know that this is something that you battle with or face with, okay? Okay. And the way that this person is in the water or whatever, like doing energetic cleanses with water can definitely help you with the ebb and flow of just life in itself. Whether if that's from you just drinking more water or taking more baths or showers or going on nature walks, whatever you got to do to get yourself more back in aligned or whatever. But water can definitely help you be in more of a flow state of mind and a flow state of peace, if you will, so that you can be able to flow with this playfulness card. Because being rigid with all this, like, literally, this is almost like somebody just finished school and it's like, you know, they just got done um, I'm gonna say they just got done graduating and walking across the stage, because the way he kind of looked like he got a cap and gown and a diploma, or some type of scroll like situation in his hand or whatever. Like, yeah, I just walked across the stage. I did that, and it is almost that time or whatever. So if you have been in school, okay, and you know that it's coming time to graduate and you completed the mission or whatever, like, hey, that's something to celebrate or whatever. But being too serious all this time, it's like now you can kind of like breathe a little bit. You can lift up. You got more than enough clarity. You know how you moving forward, okay? And allow this radiant energy that you can kind of like in hermit mode a little bit, because in order to be like this or even this, like, you had to do a lot of suppression. Let's just keep it a buck. And you've been suppressing the energy so much or whatever, like learning from the pain. Like, do you see the light even in this card or whatever? Like, the bamboo is cracking open this rock and ready to radiate. This same light here is the light that's all on this card. Simple as that. It's time for you to go ahead and shine. And what better time than spring forward with March? Okay, come through with the spring energy. We love that. So yeah, being open to change. This card reads, it says, change me, beloved, into one who knows we can evolve and be open at any age. I'm going to say at any age and any time or whatever, okay? It's never too late to start over. It's never too late to start again. It's never too late to learn, okay? Like, if we don't learn anything else about this year coming up, I think most importantly, people are going to understand that when it comes to these quote unquote society views or society, rubric, like, all that shit is falling to the wayside, and I'm here for it, because y'all be literally like having yourselves feeling crazy about you should be further in life or you should be here or you should be there, and it's like the numbers don't even be adding up half of the time, depending on y'all scenarios and what y'all got going on. Like, if y'all open y'all mouths more and I really like start talking y'all lives through about even the stuff that you went through, and then bring it on a positive note, talk about this, all the stuff that you learned, and I guarantee you, like, you will come to a general consensus of not only honoring your growth as to how far that you done came, but being a lot more open-minded about how you want to move forward, okay? Because don't, first of all, whether if it's parenting or just life in itself, this shit don't come with instructions, y'all. It don't come with instructions. Even the people that you think got shit figured out, okay? Everybody going through something. Like, okay, so now I just had to put that out there. Whatever, whoever needed to hear that, there you got it. Because I feel like a lot of times we be needing that constant reminder, and we don't always get to necessarily hear it in our everyday friend groups or whatever and stuff like that. So this is just my little plight of trying to do my part with that. But yeah, being open to change. With change or whatever, you may also be seeing a bunch of fives, 555, far as number sequences or whatnot. Um, and then what better way would change when you got this Lotus card? Okay, anybody knows the reason why my page is the name that it is with the listening Lotus? Lotuses literally grow in swamp-like environments. They come and blossom to this beautiful flower that you see once they actually fight through that muddy water, all the sticks and all the craziness that's whatever is in that water. And once they get up to the top or whatever and start getting a little bit of sunlight, then you see this beautiful flower that you see on here and you see here. Okay, simple as that. But long story short is you have to go through some shit to grow through some shit. And that's just the realest shit I can tell y'all. It says, let me welcome change in the uplifting and surprising ways. Allow me to trust the process, diving ever deeper into your love, okay? Whether if that's love for just having a better understanding of self or just having a better understanding of the part and role that you play in your own life, okay? Simple as that. So let's go ahead and move forward. I think that was beautiful. See if there's anything else, because I'm not trying to hold y'all up. But yeah, y'all doing great out here. Whoever I'm speaking to, y'all doing wonderful. Let's see what else. Because a lot of times or whatever, we be already intuitively knowing this stuff or whatever, okay? Like subconsciously, these cards do nothing more but just bring out stuff to the surface that you was already thinking, honestly. So, what else do you have for this energy? Okay, I'll take them both. We'll take that one too. Y'all saw the order. Okay, so let's do this. One card at a time. And there go the flower again. Be impeccable with your words. And it says cultivate faith. And I do feel like whoever I'm speaking to or whatever does have more of a better understanding with faith within themselves, or just a walk of faith, whatever that may look like for you, okay? Fill in the blanks as far as the names or whatever. But stepping out on faith with this honor in the contract, stepping out on faith and trusting yourself and trusting that you are protected, trusting that things are going to be okay, trusting that even when you feel like you don't have a sure footing and you don't know what the fuck is going on, how it's going, or when it's going to happen or whatever, that this is more of a faith walk and that you really trust the process. Okay, just had to put that out there. Let's read the card. Okay, make sure y'all can see. To have great faith is to have great power, because your intent, your will is undivided. Okay, they definitely are what's the word? They mesh well. They're close enough. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your word becomes even stronger, okay? So be impeccable with your words. That's what it says, to cultivate faith. And I do feel like whoever I'm speaking to, like, it's going to, even with you feeling adventurous or welcoming in the change and being more of a free spirit in a sense, or just being more welcoming of a free spirited type of energy, that's going to help you a lot, okay? Not necessarily like you being distracted from everything that you've been through or went through, but it definitely is going to be like a good change of pace, okay? Because the other part is like, baby, you was on a mission and you was taking stuff very serious, which I'm pretty sure some of it was meant to be. It wasn't meant to be taken lightly, okay? Next card we have is don't take anything personally, okay? Transform your life, which is basically what somebody is doing. Transformation and change basically go hand in hand, okay? And to welcome it with open arms with the way he is jumping up and down, okay? And still, don't forget that water. He has somebody's beach, lake, okay, something. Let's keep going. When you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, or even sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. And that still goes hand in hand with this playfulness energy. Somebody, especially with that control issue card that came out or whatever, taking life too motherfucking serious. taking life too motherfucking serious. Like, be more playful, okay? Add a lot more um, reasons to be excited throughout your day, okay? Even if this is listening to music, only you know what kind of really helps um, bring out that inner child in you, okay? It could be something as small as you playing a puzzle or something. I don't know you personally, okay? Only you know what's really gonna get them gears going. But whatever it is, okay, we need more of this, and we releasing this, okay? Simple as that. But I do feel like whoever I'm speaking to is like you had already faced this about yourself, and now you just like, okay, well, what's next? Because you definitely on more of a faith walk. So congratulations to whoever I'm speaking to. But yeah, transform your life. And you'd be surprised how much you can transform your life from having more fun. Seriously. Okay. And then lastly, the last card is take action on your ideas. Okay. Always do your best at the top, but take action on your ideas. I love this. Okay. This is what we're going to close out with, because sometimes we talk too much and we talk ourselves right out of what we're supposed to be doing. But this is giving you an extra friendly reminder, okay? Take action on your ideas. And I'm going to go a step further and say, take action the first time. Don't try to wait to overly perfect something. Like, allow people to gradually see the growth. Okay, y'all seeing, like, look, this lighting, regardless of that little ring that y'all seeing in some of these cars, look, the lighting is better. Okay, we are excited. Y'all can hear me better, and I love that for all of us. Okay, this is y'all don't get me emotional. I ain't got time. Okay. On this other side, it says, make sure y'all can see. Okay, doing your best means to take action. You can have many great ideas in your head, but without action upon those ideas, there will be no manifestation, no results, and no reward. And that's the realest shit that can be said. I guess in other ways, how does that saying go? When they be like, faith without work is dead. That's basically what's going on here. So you've been stepping out on faith, but now they like, okay, well, you trust in the process and you moving out on faith, but we need you to actually act on some things. Because them words, that shit sound good, but we need to see more action. Simple as that. We need to see more action. Show up for yourself like you said you would. Okay? Basically, advocate for yourself like you said you would. Show up for yourself like you said you would. Do the things that you said that you was gonna do, and stop talking about it. Simple as that. They getting in your ass a little bit, and some of it could simply be you being more playfulness. Playfulness, is that a word? Bear with me, y'all, because I will scramble some shit immediately. But having some more playfulness, okay? Or not only that, being more open-minded to the different levels of change. The good thing is the first card that came out or whatever with all this energy on top of this is that you learn from your pain, okay? And with you having to learn those lessons or whatever, somebody could have been in their head a little bit too much about worrying or over-worrying that doing certain things that may have had a little bit more of familiarity or similarity could have them go down the exact same road. But even if it is quote unquote the same road, doesn't mean that you're gonna wind up at the exact same destination, if you catch my drift, okay? Because you learned from you got what you need to learn from that lesson. So still being open-minded enough to go down different paths and understand that you protected, that you honored yourself, you honored whatever the contract was, okay, baby, I don't know. But you completed a really serious soul agreement, and I think this was very ancestral, what you did. But now they're letting you know, like, you can let your hair down, or if it's short, you know, you can mold it, or whatever the case may be. But you're doing damn good, okay? But at the end of the day, they like, look, keep going, but having that good balance. So allowing more playfulness to come into your life, but also taking action and keeping your word to yourself, okay? With any ideas and stuff that you said that you was going to do them shits, okay? Especially with this spring energy coming up, okay? with this spring energy coming up, spring forward with that year of the horse and take flight. I'm telling you, take flight. Whoever I'm speaking to, regardless of how nervous it may make you feel or whatever the case may be, take flight. Yes. This is what I have for you guys. If this did resonate, you can always go to the description and go to the link and you can book personal readings with me. I do have a lot of availability open for February, so check that out while you still can. Thank you guys so much. Again, I can't express the gratitude enough, okay? I appreciate all the love. Thank you guys for all the likes, shares, comments, and subscriptions, or anything, you know, from a share to even a head nod on the other end of the screen. I appreciate y'all, okay? And in the meantime, in between time, at the end of the day, I think this was the big one right here. You learn from the pain, okay? You don't have to take life too serious. Allow some playfulness, but also honor your word, okay? Do your best, but definitely show up for yourself. Take action on your ideas. That's what I have for y'all. And then the next time, y'all go ahead and just take good care of yourselves, mental, physical, and spiritual. And I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Bye.